Alright. Hello everyone. Hi. Hi. Welcome back to more, Resident Evil 5. We're back. Um, today was... Today was a fun day. Today was an extra day for me. Today was my chill day. Today... Oh. Stop that. Today was my chill day. Today, I did nothing. I literally did nothing. I just slept all day. And you know when you sleep good? Like, you know when you sleep good and when you sleep again? You ever have that feeling where you wake up a second time and you're like, I fell asleep twice, didn't I? And then you go to bed, you take another nap, and then you wake up and then you're like, man, 3 naps. You look at the time, 8 o'clock. Holy! I'm not gonna say that's the time I woke up, but yeah, it's how it feels like, right? And then you're like, man, where did the day go? And it's like, well, the day didn't go. You just weren't there to experience it. Anyways, we are back with more Resident Evil 5. We're gonna continue where we last left off, which was Temple Run, right? We did the whole Temple Run thing. We did all the Temple Runs with Chevy. Or Sheva. Checking the connection. Yeah. Check that network. Anyways, it's hot, and I have a sunburn. Because this past weekend, I went out swimming with my friends. No homo, obviously. And we had some fun. Only, usually me when I get sunburn, it's normally okay. I'm usually on like the, so what? It's just a little burning. Oh, big deal. But there are places where it's like, damn, the worst place to get sunburned. Me personally, I hate having them in the back of my shoulder or on my back in general. Because when I sleep on like my side mostly. You know, I have a body pillow, so I usually use the body pillow as like a comfort of cuddling with something. You know, it makes me fall asleep a lot faster. And um, and usually that's on my side. And so if I'm sunburned on my side, oh hey, look at finish installing. That's kind of a spoiler what the next project's gonna be, but yeah, how many people are gonna watch this? But anyways, um, but yeah, so I have a sunburn on my left shoulder, but it's more of like my front side. Um, cause looks like I was being a little extra uncareful. What's the right term? What's the right word? I was being a little risky with the sun, because I was like, oh, I'm sunburned. I should put more. Well, not sunburned. I'm like, oh, I should put more sunscreen. Nah, I was like, I'll deal with it, which is usually my response to a lot of everything. So, but we're gonna continue off to Chris Redfield. Oh yeah, we made it to the underground garden. Oh, I remember now. Let's get back to it. Um, last last round was kind of crazy, huh? Boy, was it. Um, I meant to give, and then I'll take that. She can keep those. I think Sheva will be getting a new SMG. So for right now, I'll remove that. I think, because I think we're gonna be heading into the lab, and then I think Sheva gets a new gun. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Getting all this money, all the money, all the money. What's new to buy? New pistol. HNK. Okay. I think that's it, right? Oh, and we have new bulletproof vest. Oh, that's right, cause yeah, they have infecteds that shoot guns back at you. Weird, right? I think Chris is fine. Oh, I'm missing my sniper. Which I don't think I got a new one here. I don't think so. No, we'll find out eventually. Health should be fine. If Sheva really needs, I'll give her some of the eggs. It's fine. I probably shouldn't have given her her health. Oh, okay, we're fine.
This is what Irving meant by answers.
Not sure.
But obviously there's a connection here with Umbrella, and that's never a good sign.
We can worry about this later. First, we need to find out about Jill.
You're right. Let's see what we can dig up.
Get it? Dig up, because we're excavations? Get it? Dig up? I found it to be funny. Which way are we going? Umbrella, what do they have to do with this? What do they have to do with anything, Chris? These guys are everywhere. These guys are like a parasite that, you know, doesn't go away. Was Umbrella doing research on these flowers? Quite possibly. I mean, flowers are the cure and both the answers and to everything. Flowers can lead us to destroying ourselves or worse. Looks like water purifiers. The water is probably for the flowers. Imagine that. That's who you blame it on. It's always Umbrella. Something happened, it's Umbrella's fault. And, oh, well, we got into another war. It's Umbrella's fault. Read the document. A clipboard with some old and new documents attached to it. Actually, before I even continue reading this, hi guys. I know I already said hi, but I hope you're all doing well. Sit down and grab your favorite drink and your favorite snack, and let's get on rolling. Hope you all had a good weekend. I just explained how my weekend went. Went to the pool, got sunburned. Ow. But, you know, I'll deal. It's whatever. It's my fault, but I'll deal with it. Anyways, construction supervisor's log. So we finally kicked the Nepaya from the ruins they were squatting in. I had heard it was just to get these flower field, but that's the least of my concern right now. One thing I do know is that construction here has been a colossal headache. Trying to build something among these ruins and is almost impossible to begin with, and just to get started we had to change the groundwater channels. That means the flower bed wasn't getting integrated properly, and now the flowers are dying. Imagine that. They don't give them the right sunflower, you don't give them the right sun and or water, they could die. Now, to top it all off, I have the head researcher Brandon breathing down my neck. He says he wants the facilities to be at least 3 times bigger than originally planned. Well, I mean, if it's not bigger, don't even try. So after that got approved, they fired the supervisor before me, Peter. Not sure why, though. Maybe he looked at them wrong or something. If I let these flowers die, the same thing will happen to me. I can't help but sympathize with poor Petty. Working with these scientist types is a pain in my ass. Oh, sorry, arse. I hope we find a new water source soon. Shut up, phone. Our surveys show that there might be some groundwater, 500 meters or so down. That's pretty deep, so we'll probably have to use that new pump system the Fabiano company makes. Hopefully that'll work, but with how everything has went so far, I'm sure everything will go wrong. Oh, I thought he was going to say, well, you're supposed to have positive vibes, my brody, not have negative vibes. The only problem is that I have no idea when I'll be getting those new pumps. Even best case scenario, there's no way we'll get these new pumps in here and set them up before the year is out. Looks like we'll just have to use old-fashioned manpower to fetch water for those flowers so that they don't die. Looks like I'm going to be spending the last Christmas of the 60s away from my family in a dank, dark cave, playing gardener for some flowers. Ain't life sucky? Also, Christmas in the 60s? Is this supposed to mean that these guys have been there since the 60s? Honestly, because of how big Umbrella is, I think when people forget when it comes to Umbrella story making, Umbrella has been around for a very, very, very long time. And they've been doing research all over the world. It's just a matter of Wesker being kind of in control, where he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to revisit these old stations and, you know, test new stuff on, you know, all the happy-go-lucky stuff. The document follows, this is a newer administration log. The pumps are properly integrated. The progenitor flowers, but they require a lot of maintenance. Umbrella installed these pumps over 30 years ago. It's a wonder that they still even work. The tank that filters the... Okay, so yeah. So, during the 60s, they came in here doing something. Then, right around the 90s, they showed up and then they started doing this again. Which makes sense, because this is... when does Resident Evil 1 take place? 98? 97? 96? I think? Right? Because that's when the game came out. Resident Evil 1 came out in 96. I think December of 96, I think. I know it was 96. So I think this is when this all started. So I guess they came back here again, somewhere within the 90s. Okay, Umbrella installed these pumps over 30 years ago. It's a wonder that they still even work. The tank that filters the water is barely holding up. We need to replace these pumps as soon as possible. In a lucky turn, I found the log of Umbrella's construction supervisor. It said the pump system here was designed by a company called Fabiano. I think we use Fabiano's pumps in our Natural Resources Development Division. I'll talk to Mr. Irving, the foreman at the oil plant, and see if we can't get some new pumps from him. Whoa, huh? My bad. I'll talk to Mr. Irvin. Huh. Well, Mr. Irvin sounds like a last name, because that doesn't make any sense. More to read, I guess. From Chief Researcher Brandon Journal. Journal number 1. 1966. December 4. Mr. Spencer once spoke of the flower called the Stairway to the Sun. Supposedly, this flower would give the person who consumed it incredible abilities. My microphone disconnected there. Sorry about that. For those of you that don't know who Dr. Oswald Spencer is, he's basically the founder of Umbrella. Think of him like Elon Musk. That's basically who he is to Umbrella. The first person to recognize and he's like Weyland Yutani. If anybody doesn't know who Weyland Yutani is, he is a kind of like Elon Musk again, who owns this company that just wants to research everything. Is constantly looking for either new bioweapons or new ways to advance technology, and for his benefit, for his company's benefit. That's kind of who he is. He's a researcher constantly trying to make something new, even at the cost of humanity. Where was I? The first person to recognize the validity of that story was my teacher, Dr. James Marcus. He hypothesized that a virus, hereto unknown, might exist that could alter DNA. The man was so superstitious. His hypothesis turned out to be correct. Imagine that. The virus discovered in the flowers was labeled progenitor. For 3 months in Africa, we worked diligently, fretted over results, and staved off attacks from the Dipaya. After such time, our efforts were finally rewarded. Even Dr. Marcus, who until yesterday looked exhausted, was in good spirits. He wants to return home as soon as possible to delve deeper into his research. I feel the same way. I want to learn the secrets of this progenitor virus as soon as possible. 1967. February 12th. We've hit a metaphorical brick wall. We brought the progenitor flower back from Africa and attempted to cultivate it here. The initial culture sample of the progenitor virus had not shown DNA-altering characteristics. We cultivated the flower to mass produce the progenitor virus. At first, everything proceeded smoothly. The plants were strong and grew quickly. In a short amount of time, they flowered. No pun intended. But here is where a major problem surfaced. As with all things that Umbrella tries to do, the flowers did not contain the progenitor virus. Perhaps the environment in which they're grown triggers the development of the virus. This matter must be investigated further. March 23rd. We've made no progress. We tried cultivating the flower under different conditions, but with no luck in triggering development of the virus itself thus far. We have tried changing the soil, water, temperature, and light exposure, all with no success. I got into a heated debate with Dr. Marcus about the direction this research was taking. During the debate, Mr. Spencer interjected some foolhardy notion of starting a company. Without the progenitor virus, there's no point in starting a company. Does he not see that? It's all pointless. Not to him, because he got what he wanted. Gemma? And he made his, he made his name, not his name, but he made a really, really dangerous company. It's Umbrella, in case you guys haven't noticed. If you didn't pick up on that. So now we made it to the labs. Ah, oh boy, it's gonna suck. From Chief Researcher Brandon, Journal Number 2, 1968. What? She's breaking stuff over there. Okay. Thank you, Chevo. April 15th. It's been over... Wait. 1968. April 15th. It's been over a year since we have had any breakthroughs. That's why Dr. Marcus and I have decided to return to Africa. We can no longer continue our research without the progenitor virus. I know those routine attacks by the Netipaya are really going to wreck my nerves. But for the sake of our research, I will persevere. In the face of my foreseen dismay, it was Mr. Spencer who provided the answer. If you're worried about the Nepaya, then we'll just have to remove them from the equation. I can only imagine the look of shock on our faces. The idea never occurred to us. It was quite an atypical solution to our problem, but it seems to be the only option available. Dr. Marcus and I decided to try Dr. Spencer's plan. April 19th. Finally, some good news. We learned that they were all able to chase an Apaya off their island. The land we acquired only amounts to half of those underground ruins, but if it includes the area where the progenitor virus grows, then there should be no issue. Dr. Spencer said he plans to construct research facilities at the site, which will expedite our research into the virus. We hastily made our preparations to depart for Africa, but Mr. Spencer requested that Dr. Marcus stay in Raccoon City to take over the training center. We were initially taken back by his request, but we soon realized it was the logical course of action. Dr. Marcus needs a calm environment to properly conduct his research. If he was in Africa, there would be proper facilities for him to use at this time. I just hope the African research facilities get built soon. Oh, they got built alright. So now I will go alone to Africa and send back samples of the progenitor virus to Dr. Marcus. Both Dr. Marcus and Dr. Spencer agreed this is the best course of action. I have to start making preparations to go. I have a feeling I'll be pretty busy starting tomorrow. September 29th. I've been in Africa for 2 weeks now. It is a good thing Dr. Marcus isn't here. This place is far from being a paradise of research and scientific study. The so-called research facilities are nothing more than a bunch of tents, and we have to employ armed soldiers to keep the Napaye at bay. But the thing that gets my nerve the most is the sound of the construction for the real research facilities. What do you mean the real research? How am I supposed to concentrate on research when everything is threatening to drive me insane? I'm trying to just concentrate on extracting virus samples from the progenitor flower so I can send them to Dr. Marcus. Hopefully, if I focus on my work, I can remain sane in this godforsaken place. 1969! June 15th, the research facilities are finally completed. This is the real Umbrella African Research Center, not just some pile of tents. But I've come to the realization in the past 9 months the facilities are too small for our needs. We need to make them larger, more suitable for research. Then we can file them with more talented researchers. This place needs to be our front line in our progenitor virus research. Our result will do a great service to Dr. Marcus and his viral research. In a rare turn of events, that old skin-flicked Spencer actually agreed with me on this. Oh, she gave me shotgun ammo, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what you wanted. A folder for files. A folder? Where the hell did I get folder? A shelf for files and sketches, nothing to be of use. Okay. Also,
Take it.
how come you didn't take that? Also, I don't know if the whole time I was reading, if any of you guys heard that, but I hear snarls and I don't like it. Oh boy. Okay. Invoice copy. Umbrella Training Facility, Dr. James Marcus. 5 cases of the progenitor sample. 1977. Damn.
Give me an herb.
Take this! Thanks.
If that's what I think it was, which I kind of know what it was, I don't want to be running around.
They could be using them to produce biological weapons. This is the facility from the picture, no doubt about it.
We're finally getting somewhere.
Kinda. There's nobody here. Tricell Research, Miguel's Journal Number 1, February 19. When I heard it was the laboratory used by Umbrella in Africa, my expectations were raised, to say the least. But when I saw it, well, it's a lab in name only. I don't know how Umbrella ever used it, and Lord knows how Tricell could possibly have any use for it. The place was abandoned long ago, so there's nothing there of any value to us. Not that one piece of lab equipment remains, at least nothing that still works. I can't say I'm surprised because I have expected this. Anyway, the important thing is that the progenitor virus. If we didn't need that virus for our research, there would have been no need to come to this run-down Umbrella facility anyway. We already have samples of the T virus, the G virus, and the T Veronica virus, and even Los Plagas parasite. We have everything we need for our research. We just didn't have the damn progenitor virus. But we finally got our hands on it. Hopefully this will give us that much needed breakthrough in our research. I can't wait to start working on it. March 7th. I wonder who came up with the name Liquor for those creatures. I mean, when you see it, it's long tongue. You just know that it's the perfect name. Perfect name, and God, those things are terrifying. Well, not terrifying to look at, but I mean, like, they're very deadly. But for researchers like me, BOWs, like liquors, are just a pain in the ass. If I said liquors were too perfect, I'd probably be going too far in my praise. But they're pretty much an evolutionary dead end. There's no room left for improvement. Tell that to the movies. You know, the Mia Jolie movies. BOWs that were created using the T-virus don't seem to show much improvement when the progenitor virus is administered. I mean, their abilities shown some slight improvement. For example, their sense of smell seems more or less improved. But that's all we've got so far. They're still blind as an old lady, and they're ugly as shite. The biggest jump in their evolution seems to be their ability to reproduce. I hate when things don't go according to plan. But since there's still a demand for liquors on the BOW market, I guess things aren't all that bad. Yeah, because, you know, nothing... I think I've seen enough of these flowers. Let's break them. I'm sorry, Flowers.
Take this.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Flowers, but you're too dangerous to be kept alive. More? Alright, more reading. I like reading. Said no one ever. An email to an acquaintance. Hey, I know this is sudden, but I'm going to be getting some time off soon. We've completed most of our work on the new project. Sorry, you know I can't talk about work. So they're giving us some time off as a reward for all our hard work. All the staff are leaving tomorrow and we're finally getting ready out of this country. We're finally getting out of this country. I'm heading straight back to Arizona and I can't wait to get home and see everyone. More than that, I think I'll just be happy to get away from the high and mighty Miguel. Guy thinks he's some sort of super genius. Miguel's a guy that sits next to me at work, and he's a good researcher and all, but don't get me wrong. He's got some good ideas, excuse me, and is good at noticing details. But every time he opens his mouth, he just goes on and on about how great he is. You can't even begin to imagine what torture it is to hear that day in and day out. I wish I made a sedative I could give him. But forget all that. What matters is I should be back home within the next few days. When I get back, I'll give a call. We gotta go out, get smashed, and get smashed? And get smashed! She better have said yes. Or he, I don't judge. I could use the break. Talk to you soon, Ryan. And smash, this guy has his priorities straight. Boy, if I was out here for like months on end doing research, day in and day out, boy. Ooh. That's not sexy. Boy howdy, would I like to come home to my wife and be like, baby, we gotta do it here and now. Let's take a little walk, Shiva, because I don't like this at all. Okay. For me, at least. Oh boy. Twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it! Twist it, pop it, pull it! Crap! Looks like it was torn apart by animals. Not a good way to go. No, no it's not. You guys like this? I don't like this. Crap.
Careful. I saw something.
Yeah, I saw him too. Alright. I like how they try to tease it, like, haha, look, it's something that, you know, can kill you, but like, that's a big possum, dude. Or rat. Who is invincible. A cage for the lab animals. BOW research, I suppose. Well, we know that they're making super dogs. And I know they're making super dogs. Oh, okay, well, I guess there is no choice. Get up! Get up! Well, so
Take it.
Roger.
yeah, our very first fight with the liquor. I guess you had to fight them. That's the only way to get through, I guess. They're gonna say anything, Chris, and I'm gonna be like, man, I remember these things. These things sucked. No. Would Chris know about that? Chris wouldn't know about liquors. Because RE1 didn't have liquors in it. Not the first one, at least. The second one did. And so did the third one. Oh, perfect. Oops. There you go.
Give me a grenade.
Use this.
Yeah, you know, and then this is Sheva's new. Da 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 da.
Take it.
Roger.
Take it, Sheva. It's all yours. You're welcome. So this is the monitor room. All the monitors are offline, though. Except for that. Gold bars. Yummy. 3,000 credits. Hell yeah. Monitor room. Oh, that one's still on. Lasers? Wait a minute, you mean to tell me someone was watching us this entire time? Man, it's a good thing we didn't do anything weird, Sheva. It's a good thing you didn't fart. It's a good thing I didn't fart. You know, because would have been bad. You could take it.
Thank God there weren't more of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't last in a fight with a whole horde.
Famous last words.